Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be my top 10 stocks as we head into Friday, June 3rd. This will be a technical analysis breakdown, so if you are someone that uses charts within your trading, or maybe you're just interested in learning more about charts and how they can be used to help make good decisions as a trader, this will be a video for you. Real quick, before I get to the watch list, I first want to personally invite you to get signed up for this free live online class. So if you're liking what you see and you want to learn more about this tool and how it can and should be used as a trader, then certainly get signed up for the free class. Now, with that being said, a couple of notes. Depending on when you watch this video is going to determine a few things. If you're watching this right after the market close, but maybe you already have something on your schedule for this evening, or maybe you're watching this Friday morning and you've just flat out missed the live event, go ahead, drop me an email, clay@claytrader.com, and I'd be happy to send you a recording of the event after it is completed. So again, it is live, so it'll need to happen first, but after that, I'd be happy to send you a recording. So whether you just can't make it because you already have something on your schedule tonight, or if you just flat out missed it, like I said, go ahead and drop me an email at that address. If you can make it live, then perfect. There's down, if you're watching this on YouTube, in the description box, there's an area you can click to sign up. Or if you're watching at my site, there's an area right there on the webpage that you can click to get signed up. So hopefully I'll see you there. A couple of quick clarification points. First off, this number you see over here will still be changing. This candlestick will be moving around. That's because the market's still open for a small amount of time. But I like to do these videos when the market is still open because sometimes we can capture some really interesting late day price movement. So just keep that in mind. And then also, I'll be using the 30-minute time frame. So for your beginners out there, what that means is each one of these candlesticks, as they're called, represents 30 minutes worth of time. So stock number one here, NIO, did this in yesterday's analysis. And you can see that this morning came up, shattered that area of resistance, and then made a huge move, and you can't make this stuff up. Look right where this movement finally stopped, right there at that secondary resistance at 1890, which brings about the most interesting dynamic here going into Friday, is you're going to have all sorts of people watching that area and wondering the same thing, and that is, can the price break out? And that's the whole idea of a watch list. Idea of a watch list is to find unique situations, find interesting situations, and then watch them. Not go out there and rush and buy them, but watch them and see if they behave in a way that ultimately fits your personal strategy. And given that there's lots of breakout players out there, you know that a bunch of people are going to be watching that level. And while that doesn't guarantee anything, it does make it valid, plausible to think that if the price can get up to that area and break up through it, that break in and of itself could very well create quite a bit of upwards buying pressure. So point here being, 1890 going to be a very, very highly watched level on Friday. And it'll be interesting to see if the price breaks through it. And if it can, how much more momentum is that going to cause? Next one, AMD, and this will mean a bit more to those of you that watched yesterday's video, but if you did, I talked about that trend line right there, and I mean, check it out. Opening 30 minutes, came up there, broke the trend line, and then just made a beast move, and up it went. So certainly a lot of updates here need to be done. Going to go ahead and delete these lines out as they've served their purpose for now. But let's now map out some of the newer areas of both support and resistance. And in fact, we have some of these older annotations back here too that I'll get rid of. But as far as supports are concerned, if there are any sort of pullbacks, then the first key level you'll want to watch closely with any sort of pullback right there around the 104.50 mark. So 104.50 main area of support if there is any sort of, like I said, attempted pullbacks. As far as areas of resistance, as we're seeing here, we're having to go way back far into the history of the chart, which is a good problem to have when it's, been this long since the price has been up around this area, with that next key level of resistance now being right up here around, let's see, what is that? 110.50. So 110.50, I'm going to zoom back in here so you can see it a little bit easier, but now you know where that red line is coming from. So 110.50 will be that next key area of resistance, but no doubt about it, nice breakout today. So let's see how much more momentum can build on Friday. Next, AMC, very, very impressive day today. Not necessarily because it was a massive green day, but because it started off so bad. I talked about yesterday how the price had broken down below that green line, and then it started off this morning not looking good at all. Price dropped all the way down to that level, and then you can see right there, basically hit that pink line there, the 200 period moving average, found a bid, and then made a very, very impressive bounce, which carried up to the next key level. But just generally speaking, why I would call it such a good day is because it was very powerful. Made the big move down and started rough, and then got back up and then consolidated right back essentially in the range where it was previously. But, and I don't want to speak for everybody, but I would assume the bulls are very happy that the price didn't continue on down like it was. Sure, it didn't necessarily explode and keep going up and up and up, but much better to be in this former range than, down below where it could have been. And then this also brings about the next key level that a lot of people will be watching, and that is that 50 period moving average, which, I mean, check it out. I mean, that big bounce, and oh, what a coincidence, right where it started, or right where it decided to get rejected. So if I can offer that as a quick plug, get signed up for that free class. I mean, technical charts, they really do have a lot of value. Sure, nothing guarantees anything, but I mean that they can help you structure rational thought processes, and that's a perfect example for that. So the moral of the story here is that headed into Friday, 1285, that green line remains key level of support. That purple line up there at 1365 is that key area of resistance. So let's see how it closes out the week. Next one, MULN, and out of curiosity, I want to extend this line down just to see that it actually, yeah, it's still holding true to that trend line right there. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that level of support as that was, broken today. So from that angle of things, nothing has actually changed in regards to level of resistance. It is still that red line there. Now, what has changed is the value. Obviously, as this line goes down and down and down, the value of the line lowers and lowers and lowers, but that doesn't take away from the overall, technical premise that as far as breakouts are concerned, that is going to be that key level there that you're going to want to keep a close eye on. So, definitely, monitor that if you like to play any sort of breakouts or anything of that nature. As far as supports are concerned, key level to watch, initially going to be right there at the $1.20 mark. If $1.20 does not hold up, then really nothing support-wise until down there. That pink line, which you now know is the 200 period moving average, currently valued at $1.09. So keep an eye on that. But yeah, very rough day today. However, it is a popular enough stock where, in my mind at least, it remains rational to think that the price can get a break up through that level. That break could, rationally produce some good upwards momentum. So we'll see how it goes on Friday. Next one, XELA. And I'll be, brutally upfront. I'm not quite sure what to think of this. However, going back to the beginning of the video when I made the comment about, the idea of a watch list is to find interesting situations and watch them. And a unique situation to me is, I'm not quite sure what to think. Now, I realize that it's a crazy move. I realize it's a unique situation, but let's see how things continue to play out because, yeah, this afternoon, price absolutely exploded and then got pretty beat down. However, it's not like the price dropped completely back to where it started. So it's not like it was a total pump and dump. But I mean, I don't know. Is this a pump and dump? Is this a healthy pullback where all the price all of a sudden just going to say, hey, time to head back up? Like I said, that's the big question. And I don't have an answer. Nobody has an answer because nobody knows for sure what's going to happen. But again, the point here is that nobody can deny the fact that this is absolutely crazy action. And, had a lot of volume on all of this. And if you like to play penny stocks, if you like to play crazy action and keep an eye on unique situations, then this is definitely one, XELA, that in my mind at least makes sense to keep an eye on for Friday. Next, IMMX, and I like this one for one reason alone. It goes back to the whole idea of a lot of people are going to be watching that trend line right there. So I'm not trying to impress you with my abilities. I'm not trying to imply that this is a secret discovery in drawing that trend line. I assure you, a lot of people have drawn that trend line. And I say that again because when a lot of people are watching the same level, wondering the same thing, call it a self-fulfilling prophecy, call it whatever you want. It can certainly produce some very dynamic movements. So it's more than valid to think, once again, I'm going to keep repeating myself, not guaranteed, but more than valid to think that if the price gets up to that area and pushes up through it, that could possibly create a good, nice breakout and create, desire for more people to want to buy because you're going to have people saying, I'm a breakout player. Oh, look, it's breaking out. Okay, it's time for me to buy. And, people will buy for that reason alone. So keep an eye on that trend line as far as the supports are concerned and playing potential pullbacks. Interesting area of support right there at $2.20. But in my opinion, at least the most interesting dynamic of this one is going to be that resistance trend line. So if you like to play stocks down below the $5 mark, this is one I'd keep an eye on. Next one, RPTX, absolutely monster move today and sets up an interesting situation here as we head into Friday, mainly because this last 30 minutes, not looking so good. Made a big move up, and then as I speak, you can see it's literally pushing down towards the lows of this final 30 minutes here. So that brings up a question in my mind of, okay, it's looking like this thing wants to pull back. Now, pullback and crash are two different things. So I'm not saying this thing is headed down here. I suppose you never know, but that's not what I'm trying to hint at. I'm just saying in my mind, it seems like a pullback is a plausible thought to have of what could happen on Friday. So where are some potential pullback areas? Well, in my mind, an interesting level right there at $12. I mean, look at the number of times that the bears try to press the price down below $12 and failed. So once again, does that mean that it's guaranteed to go down there? And if it gets down there to bounce, absolutely not. Now, is it rational? Yeah, it's of course rational. It's bounced off there 4 times before. Does that mean it'll bounce off there a 5th time? Of course not. But once again, could somebody accuse you of thinking that that's some sort of random level? Absolutely not. There's a lot of logic that goes behind it. So if you like to play those pullbacks, then $12 seems to be a level to keep an eye on. Because again, it seems like after this last 30 minutes, a pullback could very well happen. Next one, AVYA, another big mover from yesterday's watch list. Again, this will mean a bit more to those of you that watched, but I talked about that trend line there. Check it out, opening 30 minutes, got the break of that level, and then just an absolutely fantastic move. So for any of you that played that breakout, congratulations. I'm sure you had a very nice day. So let's get some new levelers there mapped out as this thing continues to build upon this uptrend. So first key level to watch from a support standpoint, going to be right there at $5.25. You can see several occasions now on the day the price got down around there, and to give credit where credit's due, the bulls did a great job of holding strong, so keep a close eye on that. As far as areas of resistance are concerned, main level to watch going to be right up here at $5.60, and nothing fancy or complicated behind that other than the fact of that's just simply where the party stopped today, so keep a close eye on that level. And then if you like to play more so patterns, we have the resistance, we have the support, we have the momentum move right there, so you could call this a good old-fashioned bull flag pattern. Next one here, ticker symbol MF, and an ugly looking chart after what started off as a great day with a gap up. It is pulled down here. It's now closed the gap. So in my mind, it becomes a rational question, an interesting situation of, okay, the gap is closed. Is this now getting ready to reverse back to the upside? Now, that's not a guarantee, but it also would not be shocking to anybody to see a gap close and then a reversal. That's a common pattern. Again, common pattern, not a guaranteed pattern. So like I said, the gap is closed. It's actually started to show some signs of life, but that brings about the question, worth watching. So like I said earlier, just because you have a watch list doesn't mean you go and randomly buy something. You want to watch them and see if they ultimately do fit into your strategy. But as far as gap closing, that's been checked. So gap close, check. Starting to show some signs of strength there, check. Not just becomes a question of does this strength want to continue to build upon itself and show some sort of sign of reversal. And with the amount of volume that this one got today, then, with penny stocks, you always got to keep that in mind. But a lot of volume. So if you like to play penny stocks, if you like to play gap closures, then this is one that I'd say at least keep an eye on. Next one, TSLA Tesla. Did this one in yesterday's watch list video, and just absolutely crushed both these areas of resistance. Broke through that one, got up there temporarily, got rejected by that secondary resistance, but then eventually broke through that one and kept on going. So overall, very, very impressive day here on Tesla, and I'm going to go ahead and get rid of those lines along with that level because we'll start anew here. So as far as initial area of resistance that I'll be watching closely is somebody that keeps an eye on Tesla on a daily basis and trades it quite often. I'm very curious about that trend line right there, going back to the whole topic of self-fulfilling prophecies. So I assure you that that's not a great discovery. I don't have a special talent. A lot of people have drawn that trend line right there, so worth at least keeping an eye on there to see if the price wants to go up there and break up through that area right up around, let's just call it $780. As far as levels of support are concerned, that stand out to me. Key level it initially catches my attention right there at the 767 mark, and then you'll also want to keep an eye on that purple line there, the very famous 50-period moving average, currently valued at, let's just call it $759. But again, for you pattern players, maybe you're just more interested in this right here. So we have the resistance, we have the support, we have the momentum move right here. Let's put the golf hole down there to make it more visual, and this would be known as a bull pennant pattern. So if you like to play bull pennants, maybe necessarily wouldn't trade the shares on this one, but maybe if you're into the options and you like to play bull pennant patterns, then Tesla's got definitely a very nice pattern there. So that wraps up the top 10. Again, if you like what you saw here and you want to learn more about this tool, how it can be used to build consistency as a trader, then definitely get signed up for the class. Like I said, it'll be this evening, Thursday, June 2nd at 7 p.m. Eastern time. But also, like I said at the beginning, if you already have something on your schedule this evening or you're watching this Friday morning and you flat out missed it, go ahead, drop me an email, clay@claytrader.com, and I'd be happy to send you a link to the recording after everything is completed and uploaded. As far as these top 10 videos are concerned, if you enjoy this format, if you would like for me to continue to make these videos, then do easy things for me. Hit the like button, leave a simple comment, say hi, tell me what you traded today, leave me a thumbs up emoji. But those two things, hitting the like button, leaving a basic comment, communicate to me that you are enjoying. And as long as I know people are enjoying these videos, I will continue to put in the time and effort required to structure these watch lists for you. So again, get signed up for that free class this evening. If you can't make it, drop me an email and I'll send you a recording to it. Everybody take care. Have a good one.